All right, welcome back, everybody. We're here to talk about what the events that just occurred with good old Yop and Pools
Yeah, Moonboy. It's Moonboy. I wish it was Monday, but it's not Moonboy Monday. It's Moonboy Friday, I
Friday.
guess.
Yeah, it's gonna be Moon Boy every day this year, pretty much.
Yeah, man. Definitely getting back in the thick of it. Like I feel alive finally.
Yeah, so let's run through what happened this morning. So Pools they made an announcement that they were going to launch a token on their platform, and then on Uniswap like 2 hours later, and they totally did not do that. So they basically launched at both places at almost the same time. And
Yeah.
so let me show you kind of what happened.
Yeah, the
So
whole idea was for Pools. I mean, Pools is a token launching platform, so they were kind of wanting to showcase the awesomeness of their own platform, launching their own token.
yeah,
And unfortunately, it was the biggest, most devastating failure of a launch, So the irony is pretty overwhelming in this case,
yeah.
unfortunately. But
So,
regardless, they made some nice turnaround efforts, after like a huge sell off.
yeah. So whenever if you try to get into pools at the moment this dropped, we were seeing gas fees at $1,500. And so most people obviously didn't get in, but those who got in early as in the private round or like on their platform, they saw a clean 10x
Yeah,
right off the bat, like
pretty
within the
much. Yeah.
first couple of hours. So, and then it dumped a little bit, and then it sort of recovered with the latest news that they're partnering with Chainlink,
Hmm.
which all that means is that Pools is just using Chainlink's protocol to solve one of their off-chain to on-chain problems decentralized, right? So it
Yeah,
it, it
I guess.
worked. It worked.
I mean, if anything, it adds more like of a comfort value, I guess, for a token this new and unchallenged, I guess, like in the market. Nobody knows anything other than like, what we've been speculating up until this point.
Yeah.
Anytime you affiliate yourself with like we're integrating with Chainlink and even they come out and back up and support that integration,
Yes.
like it's just a little bit of comfort value,
Yeah, and I confirmed that. I was speculative. I was speculating, or no, I was skeptical about Chainlink just retweeting something that Pool said, and they definitely did. So
Yeah. So that's all this market needs, dude. Just a little comfort powder, just a little juice, just to
yeah.
get the blood flowing. But
So
yeah, man, it's still this is definitely like a micro cap. It's still like resting around 3 million, somewhere around there. I mean, this is definitely not like for the faint of heart. Somebody to be dabbling in these waters, you
yeah,
know. But if you're for upside potential wise, this one's pretty big. If you're looking at it as I think we talked about this yesterday, just comparing it to Polka Starter, right?
yeah, for sure.
So, but yeah. So then there's another one.
Yeah.
I
So there's
also
another one
watched.
called Yop. It's
This
it's
one I know nothing about.
Yield Optimization Platform and Protocol. So it launched the same day, probably like 2 hours later, and almost the same results. But I don't. We weren't like involved in this, so we didn't get to see like the nitty gritty.
Hmm.
But this one did pretty well right out at the launch. I mean, it had a 10x. It dumped, and then it's just slowly creeping up since then.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
It's near a 10x right here, right now. So it started at 6 cents, yeah, and now it's at 62 cents. So there you go.
Pretty good. So this one's trying to become like an all-in-one, like consumer-facing application, right, for DeFi people.
Yeah, that's correct. So basically, it allows you to take your tokens and farm using their decks and track all your progress on your wallet.
So they're not necessarily the protocol themselves, right? Like you could farm, like let's say on sushis
Yeah,
or
correct,
pickles or whatever through
correct.
this app.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Yeah, that so there's definitely going to be a huge market for this type of application market, right? Like something like a general consumer is not going to be comfortable, looking at Sushi Swap,
Yeah, for sure.
you
Yeah,
know.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult for people to go and individually discover all these different protocols and how to leverage their tokens, right? If you're going to be holding a token, you want to, stake it into a platform that's going to yield more tokens. So it's going to
Yeah.
be hard for an individual user to go and discover all these protocols. So there needs to be a service that aggregates all those protocols onto one platform so that any user can use any protocol right on a single UI. So and
Yeah.
that's what they're doing. And there's a lot of competitors here, which is good for everybody. And yeah, they dropped a token today. They did their own 10x, and
This one was on Polka Starter. So this is another IDO, just like pools, but separate platforms,
right,
but executing on the same principle of like hosting whatever percentage it is of their token supply to the public, letting them come to these decentralized exchanges and swapping their Ethereum for these tokens at like ridiculously early prices.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
Both of these had market caps starting at around $400,000.
yeah, it's unbelievable.
So to do
So
a 10x from
right off,
there is pretty simple.
yeah, pretty right off the bat, just off the face value of both these projects, just looking at it, they already both seem criminally undervalued.
Yeah,
And they are, or they were. The market kind of confirmed that. They're both sustaining well above 10x, from what they were this morning.
that's right. That's right.
So it's a little interesting to see like the strategy as far as like using these IDO platforms to kind of, without a doubt, like there's huge demand. I don't know about yacht, but the pools IDO ended in 18 seconds.
Yeah,
Just even with the enormous gas barrier,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
the $1,300 gas, whatever it was, $1,500 gas fee, people still paid that. But the pools came out and said, like, obviously it was a user error that influenced that gas value, so they're going to refund everybody who
Yeah.
was impacted by that. So that's kind of what led to the initial sell-off, and now it's kind of correcting ever since these announcements. But regardless, huge hype generated from these platforms. So yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more of that for sure.
Yeah. So let me ask you, what's in common with these two different tokens that launched today?
Polkadot, dude, for
Polkadot.
sure. Polkadot. That's the big. To me, that's the big. I mean, Polkadot the last 3 days hasn't stopped running up.
That's true. That's true.
Generally, the rest of the market's been pretty sideways and quiet. But Polkadot seems like the ecosystem's starting to emerge a little bit.
Yeah, a lot more people are talking about it. I think a lot more people have your sentiment, Iman, on what's going to happen with Polkadot this year compared to Ethereum in 2017.
Yeah,
And I think they're starting to see what you're seeing, man.
I think so too. It's just because the excitement is there, in the sense that it's this new ecosystem, just like Ethereum was in 2016, 2017, like nobody knew
Yeah, the potential too.
potential. Yeah, we've kind of seen what Ethereum can do. We've even seen pretty much the limitations as far as it can go.
Yeah.
So Ethereum is kind of like come and gone in a way. I mean, it's not saying it's going anywhere, but if you're looking for new speculative, projects, I guess, then the Polkadot ecosystem seems to be the place to be.
Yeah, so it's Polkadot, and they're using Moonbeam to as the easiest on ramp to Polkadot to build on their infrastructure. So
Yeah,
I think
and to maintain like that value layer with Ethereum.
does Moonbeam have their own token?
No, they don't. Not yet. Not. I mean,
Probably will, right?
they probably will at some point. I don't know. Don't necessarily know like the actual mechanics as far as how Moonbeam is or like how it operates. As far like, do they need some kind of a, incentive mechanism in order for it to work? I'm not
Yeah, they
sure.
probably don't. I mean,
Maybe not.
but I mean, the token could be used for lots of things, from governance to
Governance. Yeah.
raising money, right? So
Of course. Yeah. There's always some way you could spin out a token out of these things, right? Like that's always an inevitability.
yeah, especially in this space. So yeah, this looks good. I mean, so yeah, just keep up with whoever's building on Moonbeam, because so far
Yeah.
it's a very popular platform to build to integrate with Polkadot, and then yeah, anything Polkadot touches, it's looking like a 10x returns if you're in early. So That's another thing to keep an eye out.
Yeah, it's literally the only thing to do at this point. If you already missed like your opportunity on buying, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying Polkadot's done, but if you were to buy Polkadot, you probably wanted to do it when it was in the $3 to $4 range, right? Nowadays, it's a little
Yeah.
slightly overbought, you know.
Yeah.
So the next best thing to do, probably the next smartest thing to do, is to start investing in these individual projects that start popping up, you know, built on Polkadot.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think let's call it there. That covers everything we want to talk about. Yeah, just make sure you follow us, like, subscribe, do all those things, and we also have a podcast. So to stay up with everything that we're doing with Decentraland, we're big followers of Decentraland, and got a project on there. So yeah, just let us know what you think about these projects. Let us know if you got in, and yeah, follow us on Twitter at The Block Runner and at MetaZone.io, and we will probably see you tomorrow.
All right. See you later.